Good morning, everybody. It's the 9th of September. We are Signal Centre Talking Bull. I'm Joe Neighbour, joined by Steve O'Hare and Ian Coleman. Morning, guys.
Morning, all.
Good morning.
How are we?
You all right? Yeah, all good, thanks.
Fair to middling.
Good. What's going on then? All bit of a tech sell-off yesterday in.
Tesla smashed to pieces, wasn't it? 21% or something.
What was that? Sorry.
Tesla, 21%.
Tesla.
Was it? Along those lines.
Maybe.
A minor correction.
Yeah.
Well, it's wiped a few quid off. What's his
Elon's.
name? Elon's pocket.
I'm sure he's not too bothered.
No.
Let's just chuck up a screen. That's
I'm
Tesla.
sure he said it was overvalued when it was trading at.
Yeah, he did actually. 21%
700.
plunge.
That's the daily chart
on Elon Musk's wealth.
Bit of a break of trend there.
Yeah.
Not much, we don't tend to look at stocks much, but that's what, 34% off of the highs.
Wow, yeah.
But you see how much it's obviously come up if that's only 34%.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
A mere smidge.
Yes, indeed. And
I don't think he'd be too bothered.
No, have a look at Nasdaq as well while we're here, because that's leading the charge on the downside. As people sort of jump out of these tech names. I guess there's probably quite a bit of fear about the whole thing being a bubble, and people don't want to get caught out at the top. So I imagine any sort of tiny evidence that there's going to be any sort of sell-off, and everybody jumps out of them pretty quickly. So that may exaggerate these moves on the downside. Got a bit of a push high this morning of about 1% on the overnights, but that's a fairly chunky break of trend. But we've got 38.2% down at 10,240. Even down there, it's probably still a buy. So maybe just a healthy unwinding rather than anything more sinister at the moment. But you never know. I guess you won't know. It's a crash until it's on its knees and people are getting upset.
Yeah, I think we're all worried about wave 2 now, aren't we? Boris has said that we can't have parties after Monday.
Yeah, so no more than 6 people, is that right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't, and there's stipulations around this, that doesn't include family, school or work.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, everyone just claim they're out on a work do, I guess. It's a work do, it's a family business.
Yeah. Maybe we just sort of like hire the family, but as a company, and then just furlough them. I don't know. Get some more money out of the government.
Yeah, I'm sure there's
a few schemers out there, yeah.
And they'll be paying for the party.
Yeah, so on top of the fact that we're going to have, there's been more cases in the UK, we also had some bad news on the vaccine front. AstraZeneca and Oxford University have been forced to pause trials after unexplained illnesses in one of the subjects, and scientists are now casting doubts on the Russian vaccine, some saying that the findings in the study of the drug seemed improbable. So not making much headway on the vaccine front either, which
going in the wrong direction, aren't we?
Yeah, further feeding into the concerns. How's that filtered through into markets you guys are looking at? Anything of note on the currency side or indices?
Well, FTSE's had a bit of a rally this morning.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah. That's, I suppose, based a bit on the dollar, maybe. The dollar's had a decent move higher. So I think it's based on that. It's breached the levels that we're looking at. Our stop is at 60.05. So even better risk reward getting short here. But this sort of sudden change in short-term shift.
UK equities raised to market weight versus underweight from Barclays. I don't know if that would have a
possibly. I saw that headline from LiveSquawk. Yeah, but I think it's more dollar-based, this rally. So yeah, just sort of, I don't know whether this we had the previous swing highs just below the 6,000 level. That's why the stop is just above there. Thinking about this bearish channel, and we've breached it at the moment. Will it close above there? It's got 24 minutes to sort of form a close above there, then I would be concerned about this. If not, then that would just be another spike, and the sell-off could continue. So the only other one, copper, I was watching this morning, and that, again, that's had a bit of a retracement as well in the last hour. Really looking at this on the hourly chart, a double top formation has formed, and it's probably hit the measured move target. But we've also forming a bearish flag here, so a break below this flag should see the market extend. The measured move target for that would be, you can either measure it from there or there, but let's go from there down to 295. But again, as I say, the last hour we've had a bit of a sentiment shift, so we're not short of that yet. We'd only get to sell that on a break of the $3 mark. That's the couple I was looking at that I found interesting. Euro sterling has had a decent rally up in the last couple of days. Let's see this from here, and we broke the downward trending resistance, and it's a bit of a parabolic move up, a nice sort of like a 5-wave move up there. But again, if you look at the daily chart, it's heading back to this. It's at around the 50% retracement level, which is, but the targets are the 91.48 and the 91.75 level before it hits 91.89, which is 61% retracement of the previous down move. So, yeah, sterling getting a bit of a kick in.
Okay, Ian, what are you looking at, mate?
The opposite. I'm looking at this dollar index, but I've been looking at it all week. I thought it might stall at that previous swing high, but we've got a 261.8% fib there, and we're just getting a bit sort of, I don't know if it's a topping price action. Let's have a look at shorter time frames. Is it head and shoulders? I think you'll probably get chopped around in here this morning. What I do know is that we are getting towards oversold extremes. Cable, 261.8% fib. This little red dotted line here is our bespoke support, which is at 129. What is it at? 129.37. We're just getting a spike below that. As always, Elliott Wave is, or if you're an Elliott Wave enthusiast, is always in the eye of the analyst. So you could quite easily just move it down to there and say, well, the fib's down here actually. So it's a bit subjective. What I do like, though, with regards to sterling is if we go to our baskets, Ian baskets, sterling, we've got this here on the baskets. This is sterling basket. We're oversold. We've hit a 261.8% fib here, pretty clean. So I like it when these sort of different products, if you like, or single products, and then currency pairs line up. And if we go back to come here, euro sterling, you got 261.8% fib up here, and the one that I do really like is this yen. The sterling yen is just hit a 261.8% fib. We've got our bespoke support around about here where we're just going in, so we are long this morning. And if we go to a shorter time frame, and the demark count is on the 30-minute time frame, and what I do quite like sometimes is to have a look at the time frame that we got the demark 13 in. So the demark 13 was basically there, and you got this bullish divergence. So again, I think it'll be choppy, but I'm wondering whether or not we're going to get at least a correction in sterling and sterling crosses today. Not quite sure about the dollar, but that's what I'm looking at.
Okay. The only thing I sort of maybe quite interesting is the oil chart. That's had a fairly substantial breakdown. Crude prices declined, fearing over a second wave. Let's just get the chart up quickly. So we've got this break of channel, which we talked about earlier in the week. And the sell-off's been pretty aggressive, although we have seen a bit of a bounce back today. We've seen the likes of BP and Shell up a couple of percent on the FTSE 100, which may be helping prices higher from Steve's chart that we saw at the outset and explaining that spike. Gold still very much range bound, really very choppy within this sort of triangle formation. overshoots in both directions really. I think the view intraday is still to try and sell rallies on an intraday basis. Medium term, still quite like it, but need to see it exit this consolidation really. That's pretty much it. The other thing I'm looking at is DAX. We're getting quite close to our entry on an intraday basis there. Was looking to sell at this 50% level or just above it at 13,115. Got a bespoke resistance just there, so getting pretty close. Very strong move from the overnight lows, so keeping an eye on that. More choppy price action, I think, so potential for opportunities in both directions. Shall we take a look at the gun to the head stuff from yesterday?
No.
We had trades on dollar index. Who was dollar index? You, Ian, was it?
Yeah, stopped.
So we had dollar index stopped, silver stopped, but CAC saved the day with a 2.25R
Nice one.
win.
In the right direction.
Yes, so that was nice. Ticking up on the overall P&L after probably, well, what we're putting down to a bit of a summer malaise where there wasn't much going on, but now we're starting to see some reasonable moves in markets in both directions, and hopefully can catch a few of those. So who has got something for us this morning?
I'm just going to go with that sterling yen.
Okay, well, while I've got it up on the screen, I'm going to sell DAX. We're just in front of the entry for our intraday analysis at 13,115. Going to jump in now at 13,086. Let's just move that aside. Going to put a stop loss just there. So 90 ticks, best part of targeting the move down to that swing low there. So 3.7R, 13,086. Stop target 12,750. And a stop of 13,170. 4R.
Good luck.
Let's see how that goes. Right. Sorry, Ian. Over to you,
It's
mate.
all right, mate. I'm just going for this, which we're in already. Let me just make it a bit of a higher time frame. So I'm getting long. I'm leaving the same stop and target as on our intraday analysis. So I'm getting long at 137.09. Targeting 140.12 with a stop at, what is that stop? Should know really. 136.50. So 5.35R for a corrective move to the upside.
Lovely. And Steve?
Well, it looks like we're going to get stopped out on this FTSE. So I'm going to go with the this turnaround in the market, the break above the trend line. And I'm going to go targeting a move to 61.95. Why not? Because that's ridiculous. That's why not. 61.75, and I can have a nice 60 tick stop on that. Stop at 59.35. Target to move to 61. Actually, listen, I'm going to bring my stop right in. I'm going to be stop at 59.70. Getting long here. Stop at 59.70. Targeting 61.75. There you go.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Well, I would say good luck, but it's opposite to what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's
so.
opposite. Yeah,
It's not opposite me. Go on, Steve. Team Steve.
Okay, so I think we've pretty much covered most of the news. Obviously, the tech sell-off yesterday taking sort of centre stage. Brexit back in the news yet again. Further rounds of talks putting pressure on the pound and bringing forward bets of when the Bank of England will next cut its rates. And it's likely to be a bit of a choppy ride for UK investors in the coming weeks.
And we're breaking international law as well, aren't we? Have you been?
Yes.
Did you watch that on the news last night?
No.
I saw it this morning on the headline.
The amendment in the bill, or whatever it is, means that we're breaking international law, which loads of the in-house Tories are going crackers about.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons why we've had a a really good sell-off in sterling. But I think it will just come along and put a nice little plaster on that, and we'll be all right, won't we? And sterling's going to rally to the upside today.
Yeah, be fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Possible reasons for the sell-off yesterday as well in the US was that Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden is launching a new push on the economy, and the polls have him as gaining on Trump. So I think it's widely thought of that if he gets in charge, that would be fairly negative for markets in general.
Talking about Trump, I told you about this book the other day. It's getting extremely good. Deutsche Bank and Trump, The Dark Towers.
Okay.
It's about derivative trading and how it was all escalated, and all the different bosses of Deutsche and how much they lent Trump, and he never paid them anything back. And then another division of Deutsche Bank would lend him a bit more money to pay off the loan from another division of Deutsche Bank.
Okay.
It is fascinating if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah. Boom and bust.
Fake news, man. Fake news.
Yeah,
fake news.
So pretty light on the data front today. The only thing on the calendar of any high importance is the Bank of Canada rate decision at 3 p.m. and no changes expected in policy. So maybe a quiet day on the data front. Just keep an eye out for various bits of news, I guess.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Lovely. All right. Well, have a great day, everybody. Good luck
Thank
on
you.
your trades, and we will catch you all tomorrow.
Cheers.
Great stuff. Cheers,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye.